diet. But yes, back then was the age of getting that nasty fat out of the diet, and emphasizing the whole grains like pasta and whole wheat bread and all that other stuff. So that would have been nice to relive those years of heavy training without the carbohydrate dependency diet and all the massive intake of carbohydrate calories that we consumed. But I also remember times where, we ride. I've ridden 100 miles with just water, and so I was actually a highly fat adapted athlete at the time because of my training and the high level of conditioning that I attained, even with this crappy diet where I have these giant cereal bowls in the morning and then big heaping plates of pasta, and of course was also squeezing in some of those nutritious animal foods that I'm all about now, the ancestral style diet where we're eating eggs and steak and good nutrient dense foods rather than just the grains on the baseline, and then going and getting frozen yogurt in the evening and all those things. So if you're burning a massive amount of calories throughout the day, it's less traumatic for the body to process all that, because a lot of it's going to replenish glycogen, and you're burning a lot of energy. So I think the real problem that we've seen in metabolic health on the planet in recent decades, and starting to identify it very accurately, is when you're over consuming processed carbohydrates and then sitting on your butt all day, and it's causing these disease patterns, metabolic syndrome, insulin resistance, obesity, type 2 diabetes, things like that. So I think I would have definitely had a performance advantage had I emphasized more nutritious foods, but it could be overblown. So I don't want to go too far deep into what ifs, and wouldn't it be nice if I was having sardines and sliced frozen liver every morning, or what have you. But the inflammatory nature of all the carbohydrates that athletes like to throw down. And these are still big product categories today, Matthew, the energy bar world and the energy gels and the blocks and the drinks, and the professional athletes are on television drinking down, vitamin water and things like that. And we're all going to I don't know if Starbucks has pervaded the United Kingdom like it has here in America, where there's one on every third block of every city. But we're slamming down so much processed carbohydrate that has no nutritional value. And so that's something we could all reflect on, could be better. And then, of course, the refined industrial seed oils have now come to the forefront as the single most health destructive agent you can consume. They inflict oxidative damage upon the body, accelerate the aging process, increase risk of cancer, heart disease, and particularly insulin resistance. So if you're consuming a lot of these vegetable oils, or they call them, or industrial seed oils, it inhibits your ability to burn stored body fat. Therefore, you are obligated to get your energy from repeated doses of dietary carbohydrates. So a lot of people who are trying to go keto and get off the carb bandwagon and start burning body fat and losing weight and looking to pursue those body composition goals, if these oils are still finding their way into the diet, it's throwing off your cellular function, your metabolism, such that you're destined to fail unless you clean up the diet. How do we do that? Well, first, it's easy to throw away the bottled sources of these oils, where it says right on the label what you're consuming, this garbage, but also dining out and eating prepared foods and processed foods and packaged foods. Most of them contain these terribly health destructive industrial seed oils. So we really have to be vigilant and clean that up and start eating natural, nutritious foods.